The bed, the mattress, the electric fan, lahat po donation. So,
Electric fan daw, ayan.
mag-donate kayo. Yes, sir. For
Hoy, sa kabila. Ito, sa kabila.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na, Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawat kamay tayo para sa pagkasenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago.
You may now all be seated. To give the message and overview on the program of the Mega Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, let us all welcome the Secretary of the Department of Health, Secretary Pauline Jean B. Rosell Obial.
Good afternoon. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Distinguished guests, generous donors, valued partners. To all of you who traveled the great distance to be with us, welcome. Thank you for joining us as we inaugurate the first ever Mega Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center. Today is a historical day for all of us especially the drug surrenderers who want another chance, another opportunity to take back their life now and eventually become productive members of society. We are pleased that many of you took the time to be with us. This reminds us of the importance of our work in the Department of Health. I remember when I was first appointed as Secretary of Health by our dear President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, his first marching order was to address the drug abuse and dependence problem in the country. Soon after, thousands upon thousands of drug dependents surrendered. We were shocked. 44 treatment and rehab centers nationwide, most of them private, can only accommodate 3,000 beds or patients because the Department of Health at that time had only 14 drug rehab facilities, 5 were run by local government units, and the other 25 were managed by the private sector. So clearly, we lack the facilities to cope with the demand. We recognize that drug dependents must undergo rehabilitation for them to be freed from the bondage of drug dependence and to become productive members of society. So government found ways to address this dilemma. And now we are here in this historic event today to inaugurate the first ever the country's mega drug abuse treatment and rehabilitation center. And the Department of Health, your Department of Health, is ready to serve. The overwhelming support of all sectors is indeed heartwarming. It's an indication that our people are ready to join the President's call for change. Change has come. The DOH admits we cannot do this alone to address the rehabilitation needs of over 780,000 surrenderers nationwide. Thus, we are grateful to the overwhelming support of local and international partners and donors. We recognize this need to collaborate with all sectors in our battle cry for better health outcomes for all Filipinos. All for health, towards health for all, achieve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary Pao Obial. Now we go on to the ceremonial unveiling of the project marker. So first, may I request that the marker be brought upstage. And as the marker is being brought up, I'd like to read what the marker states. Mega Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, Phase 1. This facility has been established during the Duterte administration as a rehabilitation site for thousands of drug personalities who surrendered following the phenomenal success of the campaign against illegal drugs. It is a component of the comprehensive effort to eradicate the drug predicament. It was donated by Huang Rulun, a Chinese businessman and philanthropist who started his career in Binondo, Manila, to address the drug emergency. The DATRC task force, comprised of the DILG, the DDB, DSWD, DBM, PIDEA, Office of the President, DND, and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, organized the construction and establishment of this facility, inaugurated by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Republic of the Philippines, assisted by Mr. Huang Rulun, donor, Fort Ramon Magsaysay, Palayan City, Nueva Ecija, November 29, 2016.
And now the President will unveil the marker.
Thank you.
We now go to the awarding of tokens for our donors. Let me read the token. The token reads, Mabuhay, Interagency Task Force for the Establishment and Support of Drug Abuse Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, DATRCs, November 29, 2016, Fort Magsaysay, Palayan City, Nueva Ecija. May I request Cabinet Secretary Leoncio B. Evasco to assist the President. Mr. Wang Rulun, Century Golden Resources Incorporated. Mr. George Consunhi, DM Consunhi Incorporated. Mr. Kevin Andrew Tan, Mega World Corporation. Mr. Francis Cruz, Freyfield Corporation. Engineer Joy Renz, Agas, Mapua Institute of Technology. These are the people who have generously donated in support of the construction and the inauguration of Phase 1 of this mega DATRC. May I now call on Mr. Wang Rulun for a short message. Hello.
尊敬的总统、市长、杜尔特阁下，尊敬的各位领导、各位媒体记者、各位来宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，
Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Republic of the Philippines, distinguished leaders, media friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends.
今天我很荣幸站在这里，向百忙之中命名本次典礼的各位领导、各位嘉宾表示衷心的感谢。
I am very honored to be here today. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the leaders and guests who are present here in this ceremony amid your hectic schedule.
向奋斗在进度一线的各界人士致以崇高的敬意。
And my deepest respect to the people who have worked in the front lines of this war against drugs.
毒品祸国殃民是全人类的公敌，贩毒与吸毒是毁灭社会、摧残人们心理的罪魁祸首。
Drugs wreck the country and bring ruin to the people. It is the common enemy of all mankind. Drug trafficking and drug abusing are the chief culprits in wrecking the society and destroying the people's minds.
毒品长期困扰着世界各国政府和人民，毒品的蔓延给世界各国的经济发展、社会稳定带来极大的影响。
Drugs have long plagued governments and people all over the world, and the spread of drugs has brought great harm to the economic development and social stability of all countries in the world.
今年6月， 杜特尔特总统宣誓就职以来，秉承对菲律宾独立宣言的高度信仰和忠诚。
Since taking office this June, President Duterte has decisively waged an anti-drug campaign with an irresistible force, adhering to the high faith and loyalty to uphold the independence of the Philippines.
某国院之长久，请自是招者之举，以雷霆万钧之力，果断向危害累累、危害社会的毒品宣战，力挽往来，捍卫了国家尊严，不负众望，深得民心，功在当代，利在千秋。
And to seek long-lasting national destiny. This is to defend the national dignity, to deliver the goods, and to win the hearts of the people. This effort in the contemporary era will benefit future generations.
作为一名旅菲华侨，我义无反顾地支持杜特尔特总统英明而伟大的决策，毅然决定捐资11亿披索，捐建2所共计10万平方米的大型戒毒中心。
As an overseas Chinese in the Philippines, I fully support President Duterte's admirable campaign and decided to donate 1.4 billion pesos to construct 2 drug rehabilitation centers with a total area of 100,000 square meters.
今天6万平方米来容纳1万名戒毒者和1000多名的管理人员办公的大型场所的第一期工程顺利竣工，正式投入使用，以此为菲律宾的社会安定和和谐尽绵薄之力。
Today, we officially opened the first phase of this project, which has an area of 60,000 square meters and can accommodate 10,000 patients and more than 1,000 staff and employees. This is our modest efforts to make the Philippines peaceful, stable, and harmonious.
菲律宾与中国一衣带水，毗邻而居，两国人民世代友好往来，情深意长，历史悠久。
Philippines and China are close neighbors. The people of the two countries have maintained a deep, friendly, and long-lasting relationship.
特别是杜特尔特总统上任以来，助力发展菲中友谊，促进世界和平，使两国关系放开了新的一些。
Especially since President Duterte took office, he exerted efforts in strengthening the ties between China and the Philippines, promoting world peace, and opening a new page in the China-Philippine relations.
我坚信，菲律宾共和国在杜特尔特总统的领导下，在习近平总书记所倡导的一路一带的国际性经济发展战略的推动下，在菲律宾各界的共同努力下，
I firmly believe that under the leadership of President Duterte and with the promotion of President Xi Jinping's proposal of One Belt, One Road initiative as the international economic development strategy, and with the joint effort of multi-sectors in the Philippines,
这个美丽岛国必将重新扬帆起航，坚强屹立在世界民族之林。菲中两国的友谊必将得到全面升华，牢不可破。
these beautiful islands will surely set sail again and stand tall in the world. The friendship between China and the Philippines will surely resonate in all areas and be too strong to break.
最后，恭祝各位来宾吉祥安康，祝福菲律宾的明天蒸蒸日上，祝愿菲中友谊万古长新。谢谢。
Lastly, I wish everyone good health and prosperity, wishing the Philippines a bright future ahead, and wishing the China-Philippine friendship to be strong and everlasting. Thank you.
In behalf of the Filipino people, thank you very much. Mr. Wang Rulun.
At this point, may I request Cabinet Secretary Leoncio B. Ebasco to introduce the guest of honor.
To the people of Nueva Ecija, led by your governor, congressmen, mayors, the officers and members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the PNP, fellow government workers, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce to you this afternoon our President of the Republic of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Rua Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Maraming salamat po. Secretary Pauline Jean Rosel Ubial of the Department of Health, Secretary Delphine Lorenzana, the Department of National Defense, Secretary Ivasco, the Office of the Cabinet Secretary, Director General Isidro La Peña, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, Mr. Wang Rulun. Mr. Wang, please accept my gratitude and that of the Filipino people. Governor Sarina Umale, Mayor Adrien May Cuevas, Lieutenant Ricardo Visaya, Lieutenant General Eduardo Wanyo, the other members of the Mega Drug Abuse Treatment Rehabilitation Center, beloved workers in government, my beloved also countrymen. When you are a friend, you do not treat him badly before the public. You do not humiliate an ally. And at all costs, you must save the friendship as an ally and friend so that you can help each other in the world of geopolitics. Alam mo, what hurt me so much was really, and because I know the gravity of the problem, I was mayor for 23 years in Davao City. Kaya alam ko kung gaano kalalim ang laro. But I was not really expecting it as terribly as it would come to me when I became president. I was very strict in Davao. Totoo yan. There are allegations of extrajudicial killings. But, we cannot dwell on our sins if there are any. We have to dwell on what to do to improve the situation, especially if it is the country does it at stake. Ang pagkaalam ko kasi seryoso. That's why when I became mayor, I said, for those of you who would want to destroy the young and deprive us of our generation, I will kill you. Simply. And if you destroy my country, just the same, I will kill you. Because both the Filipino people, the young ones, now in grade 6, grade 5, at ang aking bayan, kung hayaan ko, magkakaproblema ako. Magkakaproblema ako sa bayan ko, it will go down crashing. It will become a failed state like what happened in Latin America. A lot of them. By the way, Ion Grillo, who wrote the gangster on about the drug wars in South America, is a favorite bestseller, author of the book. He has come upon the invitation of somebody I do not know, but he will be here tomorrow. And I would be happy if he'd be allowed to say things in public of what was really the things that he wrote about. But anyway, ganito yan. Kung kaibigan mo, wag mo akong pahiyaan. Instead of helping me, just like this good Samaritan, na walang, he just came out of nowhere and went to my office and said that he would help me solve the drug problem because he heard that, Duterte, instead of killing the drug people, why don't he just, build something like this? I became mayor midterm. I am operating on a budget that was prepared by my predecessor, which was prepared last year. The budget for next year, as everybody knows here, is being prepared now. It is in Congress, and it will become operational next year. Pumasok ako midterm. Sabi nga nila, bottoms up. So when I became president, all that was left for me to spend was the operating expenses only. MOOE lang ako, wala nang iba. So, sana ko maghanap ng pera. I cannot get the money from the armed forces and transfer it to Secretary Ubial and tell her, you use that money. Because that would be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Hindi ko pa magamit kung saan specific. So, wala akong magawa to swallow lahat na. But then, let me warn you. Drugs is a very virulent agent in any society. The campaign against drug will continue till the last day of my term. I will not stop until the last drug pusher is out of the street and the last drug lord or king killed. Yan ang pangako ko sa inyo. I don't care about media, whether it's international. That's not my problem anymore. Elections are over, and what I need to do is just to comply with my promise. Remember that I promised the country that if elected, I would do away with graft and corruption. And it will be done, I assure you. I give you my solemn promise. Then, drugs, with the help, of course, of the good souls in this planet, we will overcome and make it. Basta sa panahon ko, tatapusin ko ito. Kung hindi ako matapos, okay lang. But, we live by our destiny in this planet. So nakita ko sa Davao, nung naging presidente ako, same. I said, now this time, I addressed myself to the country. Yung lumaban sa, the first 6 weeks ng assumption ko sa office, hindi amin yun. Hindi sa gobyerno yun. Hindi kami magbabalot ng tao ng plastic. We are not producing mummies in this. Sa Egypt lang yun. Those were tortures. And if you are a government man, why would you waste your time wrapping a carcass there for nothing? If you want a drug, don't kill him. Shoot him dead. Why do you have to waste your time? Actually, it was done. Remember, I implicated some generals in the armed forces of the Philippines. I fired about 6 upon assumption. And I have many things to say, maybe in a few days. Yung lumaban, those who choose to fight, were killed. My orders are very specific. Go and find them, apprehend them, arrest them, if they choose to fight violently and you find yourself in danger as a soldier and as a military man, go ahead and kill him. That's about. That's the law. I was all along using the law. And why would these idiots now crucify me by saying, if you destroy my country, I will kill you? Find any other national of any country would find something wrong in that statement. And as I said, that if you destroy the youth of my land, I will kill you. There is no law at all, not even the United Nations. And ang masakit dyan, they kept on threatening me. Most of them were outside. And always they would say, we will bring you to the International Court of Justice. So how stupid can you get? The one saying it, the United States of America, is not even a signatory of the International Criminal Court. Then why are you using a term in the charter of an organization of which you are not a member? And what about killing? I said early on it was the purging and the cleansing. Then came those who chose to fight. But yung mga tao na tumago at naghintay ng opportunity for a rehab or something good along the way, baka may makukuha sila, yun yung dadating dito. Those who choose to fight it out, made a stand, they are there in the memorials and cemetery. I am sorry for them. But I will not hesitate to do whatever it is necessary to save my country. Sabihin ko sa inyo, even if I will rot in prison, so be it. Yan na lang ang pinaka-contribute ko sa, wala naman akong ibinigay sa bayan ko. I am not with credentials. I finished kindergarten to, I never got beyond the 75, 76, 77, 75, 76. Yeah, but sometimes, even with the minimum or the barest minimum of know-how, I can perhaps do something for my country. But, no. Pumasok kayo sa ibang bagay, wag dito. Putang ina, talagang papatayin ko kayo. Kaya mo yan sila, huwag kanyo, bakit mo? Do your worst, really. Totoo lang. So, maligaya ako dito sa nangyayari. But before I end, mainit kasi sila. I'm worried about the beautiful ladies there. Mahirap pagka umitim sila, wala na tayo. I want the ladies, I'm not a sexist, I'm just trying to say that Filipinas are really beautiful. I do not want to see you dark-skinned one of these days. And then, magkano ang sabi ni Mr. Wang? 1.5 billion? Okay. This is what we have lost and what the drug lords have invested to destroy this country. At 200 per tondo price. That's about 6,000 a month. Correct? Times, wag yung aking 1 million. Yung 3 million muna ni General Santiago nung pwede yan noon. 3 million yung bilang niya eh. Kasi ako hindi pa ako tapos. At the end of the year, I might reach the million mark also. So 3 million. So that is times 3 million. That's 6. times 3 million, that would be 18 billion a year. Times 12, a month rather. Times 12, that is 216 billion. Magkano ito? 1.5. So how much? Kaya maraming property, mga hotel, barko, lahat na nandyan sa kanila. And I said, they invested on the lives and sanity of the Philippines. Kung hindi kita mapatay yung... And do we have that 1.5 at our disposal? Maybe we have the money. Maybe we don't have it. But then, let us say next year. Again, if I can get hold of 1.5, maybe I will also build another one, this time, somewhere in the Visayas. But I'm sure, kasi may turn over ang PAGCOR 5 billion kagabi. Si Andrea, so PAGCOR, so baka, but you know, there's trouble there in Mindanao. It is within control, but it's a troublesome thing. So I have to fly tomorrow to go to yung advance party ko na belonging to the Presidential Security Group na ambush pa kanina. Tinamaan ng IED. But I'm going there. I'm going there because I'm just simply going there. The advice was to postpone. I said, no, I'll go there. And if possible, take the same route. Maybe we can have a little gunfight here, gunfight there. Exercise, baka. Kung hindi ako lulusot, nandiyan naman. That's why we have a Vice President, Leni Robredo. Then we can have a gentle President also, in exchange for the discourteous mouth. Hindi, ganito lang talaga. Ako, pero what else can I do? I was trying to explain to everybody that I do not have the money, that I entered the presidency midterm, that I'm having a hard time coping up. Kasi ang droga ngayon, there's a better atmosphere in our place. In Davao City, napunta naman kayong lahat. Apparently, all of you have been there. It's a peaceful place. So, bakit? Because I stood my ground. I said, you stay here, I'll kill you. You do not go out of the city, I will kill you. Those who are out of my city are now here in Nueva Ecija doing their thing. At least dito sa siyudad ko, you can go around anytime. And to think that Davao City is in Mindanao. Well, except for the rebellion, which is a pestering problem, I really would say that were it not for this, maganda na sana tayo. But we can never move. Now, let me remind you again, per my observation, we cannot have a peaceful country as, you know, if you do not agree to a federal setup. Ako, ayaw kong magpilit ng tao. Ay, para sa akin, good. Ayaw mo, di wag. I'm just a Filipino. As long as you do not bother me, fine. Ang problema, ang Mindanao mismo, ang Dimoro people will go for it at all costs. Remember that the Moro was ahead of us by almost 1,000 years because they are the natives there when the Spaniards and the Americans went there to conquer the island. So, if I may correctly describe it actually, it's the Moro nationalism that's at work. Yung pagkamuro nila na ninagaw mo karamihan ng mga Kristiyanos yung lupa nila, the choices, the real estate there, lahat ng magaganda belongs to the Christians. Kaya may rason eh. But if we do not compromise here, wala tayong maano. That's the barest minimum that they are asking. If I were you, I'd listen to the speaker here. Ponder on it, sleep on it, and maybe decide one day that they too must have a better deal in the governance. Pag hindi, paningin ko, wala talaga. And I have, wala na tayong away ngayon. We do not have to fight the NPAs. They are probably here, nandito yun, nakikinig. Bakit sigurong dyan sa likod. Yung naka-blue dyan, may kilala kayo lahat dyan, o may isa talaga, dalawa, NPA dyan. Jesus. Wala naman tayong away. So, I can pour all the troops there. When I was 4 days ago, I was in Holo. Ito ba naman ang tanong sa akin ng media? This is the 6th time that you have visited the place. You are donning medals. Hanggang dito ka na lang ba? There's really no problem. I can order the invasion of Holo and give the order the last man standing. I can burn Holo. I can burn Basilan. Bomb everything there. Lahat na bahay makita ko. With the howitzers and the... But what would it bring us? If you think that I will wipe out humanity there, we will at last enjoy the blessings of peace. What you will get in return will be terrorism. And mind you that Maote there, who is fighting the government troops now, and there's a raging battle going on. And I said, yung advance party ng security ko, pinutok ng IED. I have to go to the hospitals to visit them tomorrow. That's why I have to go home tonight. I have to fly back. Yun ang kasama rin ang the Reds. Mabutit na lang yan nagkapaghinga na tayo, nag-uusap na tayo. At least there's a respite. For the nonce, we can rest. There's no doubt about it. I can fight the whole year round. May pera ang gobyerno, may taxes eh. But for how long? And at what cost? So, kayong nakakaintindi sa akin, you're too near the left, you're too near with Ms. Wari. But of course, I never liked it, but when I became vice mayor of Davao City, he went around Mindanao strutting with firearms. So I said, no, you cannot enter my city with arms. It's simply not... So nakaintindihan kami, we are fast friends. And we are talking. May mga misgivings siya. But if we cannot find peace now, then I'll give it to the next president. Do better. But do not concede more than what you can really give. For example, yung gusto nila na they want again, they repeated it before me. Itong, they would want a parang regional armed forces, pati police. So that's something which I cannot give. Those are the things that cannot be negotiated. They want a federal type presidency, fine. But the commander-in-chief and the control of the police and the military shall always be in the hands of the president. But those are the nitty-gritty things in life. In the meantime, we savored the moment that Mr. Huang has traveled away, all the way from his homeland to share his money. And I would like to thank everybody dito. You know, the PDEA chief, the one who succeeded is former Sid, General Sid La Peña. He used to be my city police director. And everybody else, mga kasama ko, those yung mga nakilala ko. And I said, there will be no compromise. The only compromise dito, I'll go now, but the only compromise that is acceptable to me is you surrender. If you continue, said, you might end losing not only your funds but your life. Because I've told the police, the law enforcers, and do not hesitate to kill. Especially if you think that your life is in danger. So, para maintindihan ng lahat, gano'n, maraming patay, so be it. The most sensible way to deal with the patay is ilibing mo para hindi mangamoy. So, period. It's a brutal way of saying things, but it's the only thing I think these idiots understand. I will not allow my country to sink like Colombia, even if it's a lesson, until the last pusher, until the last drug lord is exterminated. That will be the rule of the day. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We will now proceed with the photo opportunity with the President. This will be the order for the photo opportunity. First, with the donors. Please prepare second batch, task force for the establishment of DATRC. Second batch, task force for the establishment of the ATRC. Please prepare DOH Technical Working Group for Mega DATRC, Execom, and Directors. Third batch, DOH Technical Working Group for Mega DATRC, Execom, and Directors.
Again, the DOH Technical Working Group for Mega DATRC, Excom, and Directors. please prepare the next Mega DATRC staff. The last batch, the Mega DATRC staff. Please prepare. Thank you. Next batch, please. Last. The Mega DATRC staff. Thank you. Next batch, please. Last batch. The Mega DATRC staff. Last batch, please. Again, the Mega DATRC staff.
Thank you, Mr. President. This concludes our program, and this is Dr. Clara Pudiranan with ASEC Epimako Densing saying thank you and have a safe trip home. Once again, thank you very much.